are going to look into mixed costing as part of our SAP actual costing expert level program. In mixed costing, we have multiple scenarios. Firstly, it is important that we understand what is mixed costing. Before I go into the session, as you know, the entire program is divided into two offerings: the foundational offering, right, and then the expert level offering. So now we are covering the expert level offering. Now, if I may go to the S4HANA product costing on Udemy, you will find me very soon. So on Udemy, I have very detailedly kept all the modules. If I go to the course curriculum, you can see here. Okay. So all this foundational module, you can search with S4 HANA. The landing page will be somewhat like this. So if I go and show you preview, this is the uh, S4 HANA product costing foundation. Okay. So you can talk to Rajan Iyer. It is already there. Okay. Created by Rajan Iyer. So you can search for this particular course. Okay. Now, having said that, I have posted on YouTube also some of the videos, product costing introduction, and couple of videos in another language. You can search by Rajan Iyer. You'll be able to see. Now let's go to the next session. We have is you have a scenario, okay, where you want to have multiple estimates for the same product, okay, and want to understand the impact of using domestic raw materials versus impact imported raw materials, right, on your finished goods. So suppose say you are producing a finished good, you have your raw materials, you have two sources. One, you can buy locally and you can buy from import also, right? Now if you use import material, what is the impact on your costs? Okay, if you use local, what is the impact on the cost? Now if you use both of them mixed one, okay, right, you want to assign certain percentage, saying that 80% I will always use local material, 20% of the time I will use the imported raw material, right? If that is the case, then what happens, right? So what is the impact on the product? So these are some things which we will try to understand. Okay, now to always remember our finished good or SFG, we only have one standard cost estimate. We only have one standard cost estimate. So mixed costing is a feature that allows you to have multiple estimates for the same given material. Okay, I will repeat this sentence. We have only one standard cost estimate for in any given material, right? But what if I want to have, how do you get cost estimate? For cost estimate, you need bill of materials, you need what you call routing, right? That means certain materials and certain routing processes. This makes with this quantity structure we make a cost estimate, right? Now we, for any given material, as I said, you can have only one standard cost estimate. But what if I want to change the material? What is the possibility available? I will have to then create two finished goods for the same type of material, and in one semi-finished good I'll have to use the domestic raw material. In another the second semi-finished good of the same finished good, I will use imported material. Then I will have two different materials for the semi-finished good or finished good. But that is not what we wanted. We want to have only the same finished good, but within the same finished good I wanted to use a material. That material either can be procured locally or can be procured from foreign markets. Then I want to understand the impact on the price. I want to understand the impact on the price. Typically, to understand the impact on the price, we already have a standard price difference. But that price difference is only against whatever price you set against the estimate in your material master, right? In material master, if you maintain it as 100 and you buy it for 110, the 10 will go to price difference, you can go. But now that is not the scenario. The scenario is, if I buy that raw material from foreign market, I might have a different pricing altogether. So the standard cost estimate might be, let's say, 240. But whereas in local market, the same material is available for 180. So I have two different cost estimates for the raw material. How do I do that? So that is the scenario that we are trying to talk here. So mixed costing is a functionality in SAP product costing that helps you in creating multiple cost estimates for the same material. Very, very important. I will repeat it. Mixed costing is a functionality in SAP product cost planning that helps you in creating multiple cost estimates for the same material. And I'll show it to you also. Okay. These are some things that we will create. We will have a valuation type main, and to this main I will assign both import and local as two different variants as valuation type. We will create valuation class. We will have to create certain GL accounts. We will assign it to OKB9. Then we'll have to assign it to OKTZ also. So we will have to do all of these settings. Okay, it will be a little bit of lengthy session. Look at the steps. I have divided the steps into three different classifications. First setting is determination of the raw material cost estimate. Okay, for that you will have to activate split valuation, configure split valuation, define valuation class, create GL accounts. Okay, account determination, maintain cost component structure, create raw material. In this raw material is where we will create as per different valuation types. Then we will create a cost estimate for the raw material itself. We will create purchase order. We will display material document. We will do goods received against the purchase order, and I will again display the material document. Right? This is with respect to material document. Then we will create a finished code. For finished good, I may sometimes use the imported raw material. Sometimes I might use the domestic raw material, right? I will have a mixing ratio. Then in that case, we will have to define quantity structure for mixed costing. This mixed costing quantity structure is always defined against a costing version, right? Then we'll have to create a procurement alternatives. Then against the procurement alternatives, we'll have to define mixing ratios. Then I will create a finished good. Then I will create a bill of material. Then create routing, maintain production version, cost estimate of finished good material, mark and release, right? Then coming to create production order, issue goods against production order, activity confirmation, receive goods against production order, and then in the production order we will see how we will actually issue which type of raw material, like whether we will issue the raw material of imported valuation type or domestic valuation type. So that we will do. Okay, let's see. Now let me go to activate split valuation. Okay, let me now go to SAP. So I go to SAP, and now I will show you material management. In material management we'll have to do. So this is SPRO screen. In SPRO directly come to material management. Okay, in material management, okay, let me see. Okay, general settings for material management. No, not here. Okay, it is in purchasing. Yeah, purchasing. Let's see, purchasing split valuation. Sorry, inventory and management. Okay, so directly come to valuation and account assignment, and come to split valuation. In split valuation you have to activate split valuation. So I'll go to the split valuation here. So split material valuation is already active. Okay, split material valuation not active. I'll say it is active. So click on save. That's all. So this is a setting at client level. So if it is done, it's the, I mean, you don't have to redo it at each company code level. Now configure split valuation is a bigger thing. So I'll execute this. Okay. Now once you click on that configure split valuation, you will come to this kind of pop-ups. Do not pay attention to this. Click on cancel. Click on cancel. Remember, again I am repeating, click on cancel. Now we'll have to go and maintain global types. First we'll go and maintain global categories, and under categories we will create global types. So here you can define only single digit ones, right? You can define only single digit ones. So I have already defined K100 raw mat, right? For some other company code, but I will do any other given number. If I have 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9 are available. Okay. So I'll make use of 7. So what I will do, I'll have to now create. Now be very careful here. The create itself is a tricky thing. You are clicking create here. Okay. Then you have to give an assignment. So let's say I'll give assignment as 7. Okay. Description category is local import. So I'll say local RM local import. RM local import. This is the scenario. external procurement mandatory. We are always going to buy externally only. We are not going to produce it in-house, right? So this is the category that I am maintaining. External procurement is mandatory. There's no in-house production. Now don't save. Okay, this is a small tricky part. You have to click here, create. I created it. Okay, look at the message here. You should get it. Enter mandatory default. Where is mandatory default? Default external procedure. There's no procedure here. Don't select any procedure here. Okay, just say okay. Let's say just click here. That's all. Now click create. See the message. Valuation category 7 already exists. It says click on save. Let me go back. I'm surprised if 7 is already there. Yeah, 7 is what we have now created. RM local import. RM local import. This is the global valuation category. Again, I am repeating, this is the global valuation category. Under this, we can assign multiple valuation type. Okay, so save. Now go back. Now what you have to do, you have to go to global types. Here I will create different valuation types. Here you can create any number of valuation types, right? So I will now create as, let's say you have K100 raw material. I don't want to make use of it. Rather I will say, so let's say I will create a new one called raw proc, no, local proc procurement. So let me say local proc, local procurement, or we will say RM log proc. That's a good word. RM local procurement. External purchase orders, yes, we are doing external purchase orders, right? So we will say yes, external purchase orders are allowed because we are going to purchase externally. Internal purchase orders, no, it is not allowed because we are trying a scenario where we have both local purchase versus import purchase. So you don't have an internal purchase where you will buy from some other legal entity of yours. If you have that also, you can create as a third category, right? So but here I am assigning 2 and 0. Account reference category for raw materials is 0001, right? 0001 account category reference is 0001. You can click on save here. Local procurement purchase. There's some issue. No changes were made. How come no changes were made? Done. Now click here, create. Now this is the issue I was saying. Twice you have to click the create button. After you enter the details, it's not usually the save button. We do it and it gets it created. But here what it says is once you enter the details, click again create. That. Then it will say, see, RM log proc is created. Now if you come back, now you save it. That's okay. RM log proc is created. See, RM log proc is created. Right? Now what I will do, I'll have to do the same thing for import proc, right? I will again create it. RM IMP I will write. Import proc. RM IMP proc. IMP import proc. Which means it is an imported material being procured. External purchase is allowed, internal purchase not allowed. Account category reference, you know that account category reference is the bridge between your FI and the GL. So account category reference will be connected to the material type, and material type you will always create a material against a material type. Account category reference is also defined against the valuation class. So that way it forms the bridge between both of these. Then click on create. Once you click on create, you see you get this message. Be very careful in these steps. Okay, if you miss the steps, it may not have proper assignments. Now you have RM import proc, RM local proc. These two types you have to assign it to the global valuation category which you created, right? So save, go back. Okay, so let me show local definition. No, not local definition, back. Once again go to global types. Okay, global types. Okay, back. Once again here, back. Global types, global categories. Yeah, come back to global categories now. In global category, okay, we have to assign the valuation type. Click on types to category. You are assigning types to category. Let me draw this for you so that it becomes a bit more easier. So what I will do is that I will just copy this duplicate slide and remove this demo here. Okay, and create. So what we have created is a valuation, global valuation category, global valuation category. What did we create? We created it as RM lock info. RM lock info. So the name is, okay, here it is, RM lock info, right? This is the category which I have created. Let me fill the colors. Okay. To this, I am now going to create valuation type, right? I'll create valuation type. Valuation type that I have created is valuation type is RM local proc, right? This is one of them. The other one that I created is, let's say, other one I created is this is 14. Okay, I'll make it white with the black background. And another valuation type I have created is RM import proc. RM import proc. Okay, these two now we will assign it. With these two, I will now assign it to the global category. So this is a step which I wanted to show so that you don't have to get confused. So now this is done. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign this valuation type to the global valuation category. So if you come back to the screen here, what you are seeing, assign types to category. See how I am doing this. Okay, go to types and category. Now do you remember we have created this RM local proc? You have to go. So you have already selected RM local import, right? Again I'll show you. This is a bit tricky. You have to place your cursor on the item 7. If you go and keep it here, item 4, look what happens. Types and category. You see, this will be assigned under K100 raw material, but that is not what we wanted to do, right? Because we have created our own global category. So make sure you are keeping your cursor on that particular global category which you have created. Then click on types category. In types category, go to that particular type which you have created. This is RM import proc, and double click on that. Okay, and then say activate. Same thing, I'll repeat it for local procurement and say activate. Then this word active will appear here. This is the key thing that you have to see. This is the very key thing that you have to see, and then click on save. Okay, save. Okay, done. Okay, then we will come back. Then click on local definitions. In local definitions, you will be assigning categories to operating unit. You will assign categories to operating unit. Okay, so you have created the item 7 here, RM local import. Okay, then here I have to assign activate. Okay, RM local import is done. Back, save, back. Okay, I have to now create the local categories. Categories is done, RM local is done. Back, local types, nothing else is required. RM import, that's all. Back, there is a place where I assign the plant. I wanted to show that to you. So there is a way which we go to the plant. Yeah, here it is. So I have to select the particular plant BB10, which is our plant. Click on categories and OU, and this is the category I want to assign my plant to. Say activate. Okay. Now again I have to save this. Back. I'm sorry. Now select BB20, your next plant. Again click on categories to OU. Select which category you want to assign it to. I want to assign it to RM local import. Say activate. Okay, with this step is done. Okay, done, save. That's all. These are the two activities, very important step. Please follow the same sequence. So you have assigned you selected the BB10, place your cursor here, click on categories OU, then place your cursor on the category which you created. So this is the category which I have created. Then click on activate and then click on save. That's when it gets assigned back. Okay, save, back. Now I'll go back to the PowerPoint. So this step is done. Down. What is the next one? Define valuation class. Now why will you need a valuation class? Right? If you wanted separate GL accounts for import versus domestic. Otherwise you can make use of the same GL accounts. If you want separate GL accounts to classify these two things, then only you will require. So I'll go back, save global types, back. Now in the same step, valuation and account assignment, collapse the split valuation, go to account determination. In account determination without wizard, define valuation classes. I will now have to define valuation classes. Click on valuation class. Now if you remember, we have created valuation class called B10, right? B10 we have created for raw materials. I'll copy this. Okay, same thing, I'll copy this and I will say B11. B11 is for raw materials import. Raw materials. First I will say local. Okay, local. So this is for B100, right? There you go, B100. Okay, say enter. Now B12 I will copy from B11 and say B12 is import. Okay, we have created two valuation classes. Now do you remember I said account reference is a bridge between your MM and FI. Now this valuation class is against which we will assign your GL accounts. So this account reference is now we are doing the settings from an FI perspective, right? Okay, save. Now valuation class is done. Now what you need is GL accounts. Okay, you will need GL accounts. Go back, back, okay, back. Okay, now here I'll go to FS00. Okay, I already have inventory account, but I will show you local raw materials as well as domestic raw materials. I'll show that to you where to assign. So current assets, can you see here raw material 200 is there? I'll make use of 200 and I'll create 201 and 202. So 201 will be local. Is that what I have shown you in the PPT? Let me just see what did I say? Yeah, 201 is I will rather name it the other way around. 201 is local and 202 I will create it as import. Okay, so let's go. 201 is import. 201 is RM local. So I'll have to say this RM local. Okay, the rest of the things are same. Control data it is same, and create bank interest is these are material accounts. Save. Now I'll create one more account which is 202, which will be import. So copy. Okay, 202 I am creating. Okay, type description. Now RM import. This is import. So import, again import, enter, save, done. So RM local, RM import and raw material, 3 GL accounts I have created. Now I'll create GL accounts for the other two things, price difference as well as RM consumption. If you go to expenses SAP, if you see here, not price variance, yes, of course you will require price variance also. So in price variance also I will create 105 is there, 106 is price variance RM loss, 7 and 8 I will create. 7 and 8 I will create it and I will say this is for local and this is for import. Okay, so there you go. This is loss, right? Price variance RM. One of them has to be gain, one of them has to be loss. So that's okay. So copy this. So 107 I am creating. This is price variance account. Price variance and RM. I'll say this is local. I'll say this is local. Okay. Okay. The rest of it control data, it is the same thing. Cost element is 1, and if you go to create bank interest, this is adjustment accounts and post automatically save. Now 7 is done. Now I will create 8. Now what will be 8? 8 will be for import. Okay, I'll rename it as IM import. This is price variance on account of RM import save. Now price variance is done. Now we will have to go to consumption. Consumptions are expenses direct. You see raw material consumption is there. I'll create 101 and 102. Okay, copy. I'll create something called 101. Consumption RM local. So I'll say RM consumption local. Okay, copy this. RM consumption local, and control data, the cost element category will be 1. Create bank interest, so post automatically only. Material consumption account, save, done. Now what is the other thing that I'll create? We will create import. Okay, 102, 102. Okay, done. Go to and name it import. GRIR clearing account, I'll use the same thing. So I'll not have any changes. I'll use the same thing, right? Because that goes to the towards the accounts payable side. I don't need classification by raw material, etc. If you want, you can do it now. No, nothing stopping you. But here I will not do it. So now I have created these GL accounts. Let me take you to the PPT. See, I have done all these things. So 200, 201, 202, and WRX is already there. I have created GBBY. This one is 10. What I have created is RM consumption is 101, 102. So I will change it to 101. Sorry, this is 100. So GBBR is consumption 101, and this is 102, right? And similarly, this one here is 403, 105. But whereas price difference account, what did I create? I have created price difference account as expenses SAP 7 and 8. 403s, 4 zeros, 108. Display. Can I copy it from here? 107 and 8. Okay. So here you go. This is 107. This is 7. And this one is 8. This is 8. Okay. And this one here is 105. Is it? It is 105. Okay. 105, which is correct. Now what I need to do for all the P&L accounts, right? I need to assign OKB9 cost center. Okay, what I will do now, so I'll go here. For these P&L accounts, I will assign OKB9 as the cost center, right? So what I will do now, this is save, done, enter. Okay, go to the transaction code /n OKB9. Okay, and say new entries. Company code is B100. Okay, can I copy these accounts directly from here? Let me try. No, not possible. Okay, so let me copy it into Excel. So I have some Excel here. Okay, I don't need this data, so I'll copy it here. Okay, let me copy it here. Okay, these are my GL accounts. My company code is B100. Then my cost center is B100 OKB9, right? That's the cost center that I have created. I created it on the same name. Okay, and then let me copy these GL accounts and this both of the company codes as well as this. I copied it here, and now I have to give the cost center. I'll take the cost center. I'll take the cost center and I will plug it here. Okay, let me just check if the volume is high enough. Yeah, the volume is high enough. So then enter. Then this is already created, right? So that's why it is saying don't create this. 105 it's already done, so I cannot duplicate it. Changes will be lost. So again I'll have to copy this. How come it accepted for 100? Okay, so 105 it's already defined. Okay, and here so I can now click on save. Done. OKB 9 settings are over, but now OBYC is there. OBYC is your main area where you will map GL accounts to the valuation class. What is the transaction key for inventory? Inventory it is BSX. So let's go to the BSX. Chart of accounts is B100. Done. So now we are mapping it for which one? B100, B10, right? B100, B10 is our this thing. So let me now take B100 for B100. Now our valuation class is B11, which is local, right? B12 is import. What is the inventory account that we said we will create? So if you see here, these are the two inventory accounts which we said we will create. So I'll copy it here. Okay. Now this is black font. So this is the thing that we have to copy in the case of inventory. So I'll go here. So in case of inventory, see against this company code, against B11, what is B11? Local, raw material local. See B100 raw material local, right? Against that I have given this particular inventory 202201, 202 1 2 3 4 20 star. If I show you, we are going to assign the GL account 20240. Is it 1 2 3 4? I have to give 1 2 3 4. Okay, now let me just, yeah, see raw material local I am giving, right? 202 is import, so save it. Done. Save. Now go back to consumption account. Where will you find consumption account? GBB VBR. So now I'll go to GBB VBR. GBB, here is GBB. In GBB, VBR is already assigned. You see GBB VBR. See this VBR B10 is already assigned. But now we have 107 and 8 as the account for B11 and B12. Right? Let me just check VBR. Here it is. So 100 is defined for this one. So let me check. Just check 101 and 102. Is that what I have created? Yeah. So now I can copy this from Excel. So I'll make use of Excel. So in this case, there is one more column. Some cell is merged. Insert. Okay. Here we need to say VBR. VBR. And the valuation class is B11 and the account is not this one. Account is going to be 101 and 102, right? VBR. This is going to be here. This is 101. Okay. And then this is going to be 102. This is going to be 102. Okay. So I have to copy all of these and paste it here. I have a doubt if the account is 102, so I'll just check if it is. Check in FS00. What is the inventory account I have created? It is 201. Raw material itself is 200. No, this is a raw material account. I'm talking about consumption. Consumption is here. Yeah, 101 and 102, which is correct. So I can close this window here. 101, 102. So this is correct. 101, 102 for B11, B12, which is local and import, and I will save it. So in this step, what am I doing? I am trying to assign the GL account in combination with the valuation class. which is a newly created valuation class. B11 is for raw material local. Whenever raw material local entry you have, consumption entry, it will get posted to 101. If it is raw material import that we are using, it will get posted to 102. So when we actually do the purchase order, I will show it to you how it is getting posted. Okay, save, back, right? Now we have price difference account. You can use the same existing price difference account also. So let me go to PRD, go to PRD. So all I have to do is that this B100 is maintained against B10, right? I have to maintain it against B11 and use the same GL account. I have to use the same GL account. But if you want, you can use a separate GL account also. So as we have intended to use a separate GL account, what I will do is I will have to assign it to B11 and B12. The GL accounts are 105, no, 107 and 108. So 107 is for local, right? 108 is for import. 108 is for import. Say enter. So you have got these two things, B11 and B12 newly added. Now click on save. With this, we have done the OBYC settings. Now we have to go to OKTZ, cost component structure, and ensure these GL accounts are very much there. So go to OKTZ. Okay, go to OKTZ, right? And now let me just check for B1. Against B1, my raw material consumption, whether I have this particular account, inventory account, this, no, sorry, consumption account, 401, 40s, 100 to 109 is there. Okay, any of my account is 10. What is the account that I had created for inventory? What I had created was 201, no, this 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2 is getting covered in this 109, so no worries, right? Similarly, let us go to the conversion cost. Conversion cost is coming under no, price difference and all will be taken care automatically, so you don't need them here. So rest of it is all fine. So material consumption has come and nothing else is required, so this step is taken care here. Now let's go to the PPT and check what step till where we have completed. So if you look at here, till maintain cost component structure we are completed. Now we will create a raw material. And we will run the cost estimate also. Okay. Now this is very, very important. Look how this is getting created. It can, if you do not pay attention, you may make mistakes. So let me show you. Be very careful. MM01. Give a material name BB10 RM. Okay. I am doing this for split val. Right. Split valuation. Raw material I am creating. Split valuation raw material 01. Mechanical engineering, ROH, raw material. Okay, if you are dealing with chemical engineering, you can give that, but I am now here giving split valuation, given a technical name, raw material. I have to tell against which plant it is. Basic data 1. I will obviously purchase it. We said that we will not make raw materials inside our factory. So MRP 1 and 2 is sufficient. And similarly, accounting 1, accounting 2, costing 1, costing 2 are sufficient. Say OK. Okay, BB10. Storage location is also BB10. Say OK. Now give any particular description here. Here I give description. Each B100 I am selecting as the material group. Okay. Now purchasing, you will say which purchasing group is responsible. B10 is responsible. Material group is B100. That is okay. Fine. Then in MRP1 you have to give the MRP type here ND. No planning. Okay, nothing else is required here. Okay, this is a useful material, so you can say this is being used material, so nothing else is required. Say okay. It is nothing called special procurement. Backflash I am not giving because I want to individually post and show it to you. Storage location, production storage location is not required. Accounting 1. Now this is where there is a particular thing that you have to pay attention to. Here in this box here, valuation category. Okay, click on this valuation category and say RM. This is the valuation global category. Remember the valuation local category which I have created. RM local import, that gets selected here. Here give the valuation class of the main material. What is the valuation class? B10. Okay, this is of the main material. Division you can give, I mean division if you don't give also it's okay. It's a K1, I remember K1 I had created, so beat. Now here be careful, you have price determination as 3, right? Okay, say enter. Okay, you can change it, make it V, moving average. At the main level it will be moving average. The moment we gave this valuation category and said enter, all the pricing, valuation, legal valuation, multiple currencies, everything disappeared. See this difference. Previously it was not the case, right? You saw all the multiple way, currencies, legal valuation, etc. But the moment I give 7 and then I entered here price control and said enter, everything else has vanished, right? Now I will not give any price here. I will not give any price here because price I am going to maintain as per local purchase, as per import purchase, right? So in this case I am just creating V and 1. Okay, that's all. Go to the next screen, go to the next screen, costing 1, and then uh, again material origin you can define. No need of overheads, nothing. You have to define profits, and of course you can define BB10 PC01. That's it. Say enter. Okay, say enter, say enter. Yes, I want to save. So KP availability check. Okay, down, save. Okay, that's all. You save this, say enter, done. Okay, now for the same material again in MM01 screen itself, I have not moved, it is still MM01. Let me show it to you. See, I am still on MM01. Select the same material here. Okay, again we are going to create, but this time we are going to create with reference to raw valuation type. Okay, so again I will select, so you can give the copy also. Okay, or else don't give, that's okay. 01, select basic data 1. Okay, it is purchasing, it is MRP1 and MRP2. See, though I have selected costing 1 and costing 2, costing 1 and costing 2 will get vanished. I'll show you. This costing 1, costing 2 I am selecting, right? Though I am selecting it here, it will not be applicable at the valuation type level. Now here what it asks is select the plant BB10, storage location BB10. Now can you see a third thing that has come here, valuation type? This is what I was referring to, valuation type. I will now first create it for RM local procurement. Now this is blank. Once we maintain it, there will be a flag with an X indicator. So first I will define it for RM local procurement. Click on RM local procurement, say OK. Okay. See, costing selection cancelled, not maintainable per valuation type. So costing type cannot be maintained per valuation type. Very important, right? Directly it is coming to, I can maintain only these screens here. You see, I can't go there, basic data, etc. So here valuation class, remember what we said, it will be B11 for local. So first B11 local I am entering, entered. Now I'll set a standard price saying that this is, I'm going to buy at 180. In local market, it is 180 is the price. Okay. The moment I say enter, it will convert it into the other currencies. 180 is converted into 2.25, etc. Then I am buying it at 180. Clear? Now say OK. See, it is created under this valuation category. Now if you look at the top, see what is the valuation type here? RM local procurement. RM local procurement. Done. Now say OK. Accounting to done. Again costing 1 done. Do you want to save your data? Yes. Done. That's all. So I have maintained the for one of the valuation type, which I will show it to you again now. Again I am going to create it, but now with the reference to the input type. So select basic data, MRP1, MRP2. Okay. Purchasing, of course. Okay. Say OK. Now select the plant. Okay. Storage location. Now when you come to valuation type, click here search help. See, can you see the X, which means at RM local procurement level it is already maintained. At RM local procurement it is already maintained. So now I have to maintain RM import procurement. So I'll select RM procurement, import procurement, say OK. See, costing selection gets deleted. Okay, because estimate is done at main level. Okay, but valuation type we are maintaining at sub material level. So the valuation class now will be B12. See, B12. Right? Now here I'll say the import material I'll always buy a 220. Okay. Let's say 220 or 240. Let's say 240 with all the custom clearance, etc. 240 is the material. 3 and S again I have given. In case if there is a pricing variance, we will see this. 3 and S, enter. Local currency converted to foreign currencies, which is fine. B12, done, done, yes, done. So this material is now created, right? Now I can go to this material. Okay, I'll show you in CK11. Okay, plant is BB10. Okay, costing variant is PPC1. Okay, say okay. There's no value here, raw material. Okay, valuation category. No price could be determined. Batch split BB10, cost component split costed with valuation of 0, which is fine. When we do the main material, it will give the pricing, which is fine. Now back, do you want to save the data first? No, you don't want to do. So now what we will do, we will create a purchase order /n ME21N. Okay. So now here, look very carefully. I'll select our supplier. What was our supplier? 2670. Go to /O SE16N. In SE16N, okay, LFB1. Our company code is B100. Okay, what are my vendors? Vendor is 2601, which is correct. What I selected then is correct. 2601. Enter. Okay. Why document date is giving? Because it's a holiday in India. Enter purchase organization. Of course, I will enter purchase organization. It is B100. Purchase is B10. Okay. Company code is B100. Okay. Now item overview. Here I will give the item overview. This is not required here. Yeah, item is here. Split val 01. It's a raw material. I'm going to buy 100 quantity. Okay, each. Okay, net price I am not giving it here, but if it is local, where do I mention whether I am buying local or import? I have to buy local or import, right? So I have to mention it somewhere, right? So let's say material group is of course B100, plant is BB10, storage location is BB10. Okay, now where do I tell that I am now buying valuation category as local? Somewhere I have to mention. If I keep scrolling right also, you will find that that column is not there at the item level. Info record is there, requisitioner is there, stock segment, purchase requisition, all these things are there, but that particular assignment is not there. So instead of this material level, I'll show you where you can maintain that. Here in the delivery, go to the delivery, right? At item level, go to delivery. In delivery, somewhere, right? Delivery, yeah, see here valuation type. Here I mentioned valuation type. Now I am buying local first, so I am mentioning local first. So enter. Now when I say local, let's see, it has still not given me the price. Do you remember what price I said we will buy? I said we will buy it 180. That was the estimate. But now what has happened? We will buy at 200. Instead of 180, we are buying at 200. Okay. So I'll say 200 I am buying this. There might be some increase in the cost. So 200 I am buying. So enter. Okay. Now click save. Click yes, delivery can be met. Save. I should have checked it, but I thought no, that 454090. Now I will receive the goods against this. I will receive the goods against this /n MIGO. The purchase order number is 4560s and 90s. So go to Mego. So say goods receipt. Okay. Order. Okay. Now what I will do, 45. Sorry, not order, purchase order. So if I select purchase order, it should give me 4590, right? So I'll 90. Done. So see, your split valuation method has come, right? Here quantity is 100. Okay, let's say material type goods received, so item is okay. Material B100. Look here, valuation type. If you would have not entered in purchase order, you will have to come here and select it. If you do not select it, it will not allow you to proceed, because the system needs to understand against which valuation type you are procuring this particular material. Alright, so here it is then quantity, where, okay, storage location is entered, purchase order data, partner, account assignment, profit center is there, check, document is okay. Now click on post. Now check the entry, right? Entry is also important because it has to pick the right GL accounts. 500201 is the material document, display material document. So 5, all these zeros and 201, say okay. Now look at document information. So what you should get, inventory debit, right? Inventory should go to 201 if you remember properly. If you can recollect, accounting document, look at the inventory. Inventory GL account it has picked up is 201. We thought we will buy at 180, but there is a difference of 20 because we are buying it at 200. So GRIR has gone to the same account, right? But price difference, you see which account it has taken, 403 is 40107, because this is the GL account which we assigned against a B11 valuation class. Against B11 valuation class, you got the 2000, right? Remember, let me show it to you. Go to the PPT. See, this is the account 403107, right? 403, all these zeros and 107. This is the account where it is now setting. So let me just put some color white. 107 is assigned to B11, right? So here, let me highlight this, right? Inventory has come to 201, right? That's it. Now we will do a purchase order. We will buy this, import, same material, import, but in purchase order I will not give valuation type. I'll show this to you. How do you create purchase order? We will create in /n ME21N, say okay. In ME21N, okay, I'll create that against that 1.26.1 header. I have to give those three informations: B100, company code, item overview, okay, select this item, okay. Again I am buying 100 units, okay. EA, I'm not giving any net price, etc. Ideally I have to give, but what is my net price? 220, right? As per what you call my imported rate is 220, but I will buy it against, I'll buy it for 250, okay. I'll buy it for 250 per each. Material group is B100, plant is BB10, and storage location is also BB10. Say enter, okay. I'm not going to enter the valuation type here. I should enter the valuation type here. I'll remove this valuation type here, okay. Done, okay. Now when I check it, let's see what message it gives. No messages, and I have not selected the valuation type, okay. So I have given a certain price, it has taken 200, but what I will do, I'll enter here 250, okay. Enter, done, okay. In case of split valuation, please enter a valuation type, but this is only a warning, which is fine. I am not entering it and I am saving it. Done. So 45, this 91 purchase order is created. Now go to MIGO /n MIGO, okay. I'm going to do a goods receipt against this 4591, okay, against 91, say enter, okay. Now when you check, okay, you have not flagged the time, this item as okay. I have done that. Now I have received all the 100 units. Where I have received? In the storage location. Then here purchase order data, okay, partner, account assignment, material, okay. See, the valuation type is blank. Let me now check it, what happens. See, enter valuation type. Purchase order, I skipped it, but here it makes it mandatory to enter the valuation type. I click on the valuation type, okay. Now I am selecting the import procurement and say enter. Now if I check, it will say everything is okay. Now I'll post it. Now what has happened? Material document 500202 is posted. Okay. Now let us display the document 202. Okay. Now here BB10 RM split valuation. Go to the document information. Okay. F5 documents. Okay. Accounting document. Okay. And here you see inventory, it has picked 202 as the account. Price difference is 1000, which has gone to 108, which is in the PPT. If you see 108 and 202, inventory is there, right? Inventory has come to 202. See, 202 is the inventory account, right? So it has properly picked up all the accounts as required. Fine. So now we have completed the first level of setting of procuring the raw materials. Okay, because the video size is growing big, I'll make it into two parts, right? This part is now completed. So this is part A of scenario 1. So scenario 1 part A. Now I'll do scenario A as a separate recording. Okay. Thank you very much. So thank you. The next recording I will create it the rest of the configurations.